show you some review of that. Okay, so can you see the window? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is what
Yes, sir.
we did in the last
Yes, sir.
class. Okay, reversible work by an open system exchanging heat only with the surroundings. This was the topic that we did last time, and let us see what was the expression that we got. This was the expression that we got. dW max is equal to dm1 h1 minus t naught s1 plus v1 square by 2 plus gz1 minus dm2 h2 minus t naught s2 plus v2 square by 2 plus gz2 minus d u minus t naught s plus mv square by 2 plus mgz. Okay, so basically the first two terms are related to that the masses are entering and leaving the system, and the last term represents the energy change of the control volume. Okay, so this was the value of the maximum work for an open system which exchanges heat only with the surroundings at T naught and T naught. So basically this is very important thing, that the heat is being exchanged only at constant temperature and pressure of surroundings. Now this is, once again I have highlighted uh, these equations. This is the equation I was talking about, the first one. Then if I go for a steady flow process, okay, for steady flow process, this term will go and we will get this particular equation. You can see dW max is equal to dm, then h1 minus t naught s1 plus v1 square by 2 plus gz1 minus h2 t naught s2 v2 square by 2 plus gz2, and the third term goes off, this term goes off, this becomes zero because this is a steady state, and in case of steady state this is equal to dm, and this term becomes zero. So if you write this equation in total mass like shown here, then we get the value of W max, which is equal to H1 minus T naught S1, and all those terms which are written here in the equation 8.25 above. And this is very important, this H minus T naught S, this is known as Keenan function represented by B. If you will see, when we calculate work in case of steady flow energy equation, we get this term H1 V1 square mgz. Okay, these are the terms that we get. So additionally there is one term which has been added in both the brackets, and that is minus of t naught s1 and minus of t naught s2. This is basically relates to the this you will come to know later on. This is the heat transfer term which has come into picture when we have derived this particular equation actually. Okay, so this is once again B1 or B is nothing but B is actually, if you remember, that is equal to H minus T naught S. So rather than writing in small letters, I should have written it in capital letters. So I here multiplied by mass actually. So B is Keenan function given by capital H minus T naught capital S. Okay. So this is the W max in case of open system. And you can see this total term B1 plus kinetic energy term plus potential energy term, this is represented by xi. So it is actually uh, availability function for a steady flow process. Okay, so let us move further. Now if we take a closed system, in case of closed system, dm1 and dm2 are cancelled, so this term and this term goes and we are left with this term. So this is written here because we have considered u, mv square and mgz as E actually. Okay, it is E. So E takes into account kinetic energy, potential energy, and internal energy. Okay, so this is the value of dW max, and if you want to calculate the value of W max, it is given here: E1 minus T naught S1 minus E2 minus T naught S2. So I think it is clear. If you neglect the kinetic and potential energy, then you will get this particular expression. Useful work also we calculated. About useful work, I told you that if it is a closed system, and in case of a closed system there is every possibility that the boundary can change, how boundary can change, because there is, as you can see in this particular diagram 8.12, there is some initial boundary, there is some final boundary, and this change occurs because of the change in volume of the closed system. Okay, so that means when there is change in the boundary, that means the system is doing work against the atmosphere. So that work which is done to move the atmosphere outside, that is not available to us. So that has to be subtracted from the maximum work to get the useful work. So that is the equation, this one, W useful is equal to W actual minus P naught V2 minus V1. And if we replace W actual by W max, then we get this as W useful max actually. So this is written here. This is the equation. Okay. So I hope you remember this equation. And in case of steady flow system, okay, when we talk about the steady flow system, in case of steady flow system, there is no change in the system boundary or the control volume. So in that particular case, the maximum useful work and the maximum work are same. And if we have a unsteady flow open system or a closed system, see, closed system I have already talked about, but if I have an unsteady flow open system in which the volume of the system changes, means in case of unsteady flow system, we are considering that there is some part of the boundary where the volume can change actually, where the system volume can change. So in that particular case also, the maximum useful work will be equal to the maximum work minus work done against the atmosphere. So this term P naught into dV represents work done against atmosphere. Okay, so this is what we did last time. Okay, and then I think this is the equation for a closed system maximum useful work, which is given by E1 minus E2 plus P naught V1 minus V2 minus T naught S1 minus S2. So this term is the additional term in comparison to the equation which you remember earlier for the maximum work in case of a closed system. So this is the work done against the atmosphere. So which this term actually has been subtracted because the volume V2 is greater than V1. So don't consider that we are adding this to the maximum work. It is basically a negative term. Okay, so this will reduce the maximum work by a value which is equal to P naught into V1 minus V2. So this is the work done against the atmosphere which we are actually subtracting rather than adding actually. Okay, this should be clear to you. So then what we have done is we have, yes, you can see these two symbols actually, phi 1 minus phi 2. And what is phi? Phi is the availability function of the closed system. Availability function of the closed system. So you can see what is availability. From here you can get some idea about the availability. Till now we were talking about the maximum work. Now we are also talking about the availability. So availability function, you can see it is comprising of U plus P naught V minus T naught S. Okay, so if I see here, there is a term which relates to the work done against the atmosphere also. Okay, so it means availability. When we will talk about availability, you will be able to understand that availability is the maximum useful work. Once again, I am telling you, it is maximum useful work and not the maximum work. Okay, it is maximum useful work which is available to us in case of a closed system. If you think of a open system, okay, open system में क्या होगा? ओपन सिस्टम में तो अभी बताया था आपको कि जो मैक्सिमम वर्क है और जो मैक्सिमम यूजफुल वर्क है वो दोनों सेम है. तो इसका मतलब ओपन सिस्टम के केस में अवेलेबिलिटी और मैक्सिमम वर्क सेम चीज है. क्लोज सिस्टम में अवेलेबिलिटी और मैक्सिमम वर्क सेम चीज नहीं है. मैक्सिमम वर्क मैक्सिमम है, बट अवेलेबिलिटी क्या है? अवेलेबिलिटी इज द मैक्सिमम वर्क माइनस वर्क डन अगेंस्ट द एटमॉस्फेयर. तो ये थोड़ा सा ध्यान रखना है. ये टॉपिक आज आएगा, आज के जो हम आगे पढ़ते हैं थोड़ी देर में. ओके, तो ये हमारे पास, यस, दिस इज द स्लाइड which we haven't discussed in the last class. So now you just see the heading of the topic. This is maximum useful work obtainable when the system exchanges heat with a thermal reservoir in addition to atmosphere. Okay, just read the topic carefully. Maximum useful work. Okay, so it's not the maximum work, it is the maximum useful work. First thing, obtainable when the system exchanges heat with a thermal reservoir in addition to atmosphere. So atmosphere के साथ तो heat exchange हो ही रहा है और कोई एक thermal reservoir भी लगी हुई है, और अब ये maximum work नहीं है, ये maximum useful work है. ओके, अगर मैं ओपन सिस्टम की बात करूंगा तो उसमें मैक्सिमम यूजफुल वर्क और मैक्सिमम वर्क एक ही बात है, बट अगर मैं क्लोज सिस्टम की बात करता हूं तो उसमें मैक्सिमम यूजफुल वर्क और मैक्सिमम वर्क दो अलग अलग चीजें हैं, दो अलग अलग एक्सप्रेशन आएंगे उसके. बट यहाँ पे जो एक चीज एडिशन में आ गई है वो है सिस्टम एक्सचेंजेस हीट विद ए थर्मल रिजर्वायर. नाउ आई वुड लाइक टू टेक यू बैक टू द फर्स्ट स्लाइड where the diagram is shown actually. Okay, so let us see it here. This is the slide actually. You can see here, you can see what you can see. This is the atmosphere at temperature T naught. This is a reversible heat engine and we are transferring heat to the control volume at temperature T, and this heat which is being entering the control volume is delta Q, and there is no other reservoir beside the surroundings. So now in our today's topic, which I am going to start right now, I can say I have another reservoir here which is at temperature, let us say Tr. This is the temperature of the reservoir. So I have a reversible heat engine from which I will get some work. Okay, and I will add here certain amount of the heat Qr, or let us see what is given there in the expression. Okay, and this heat which is added to the control volume is at a particular temperature actually, at that particular location of the boundary. So this work will be added to the expression which we got in this particular topic. Okay, for the remember here, if you will see, the topic is reversible work. So reversible work is when we are calculating, we are considering maximum work actually. So there we are talking maximum work, not maximum work, rather maximum useful work. So that is the difference here. So let us try to understand now. Let's go back to that particular topic. So this is the topic, maximum useful work. So let me read what is written here. If the open system discussed earlier exchanges heat with a thermal reservoir at a temperature Tr. Okay, I told you I have drawn there. In addition to atmosphere, the maximum useful work will be increased by this temperature. Okay, because now we will be transferring this much amount of the heat to the so what we are considering here is, okay, so actually we have considered that this particular heat transfer is taking place up to the ambient temperature, and this temperature is higher than the ambient temperature. Okay, so you understand it this way actually. Now there is this reservoir at temperature Tr. This is the heat engine, reversible heat engine, and here we have the atmosphere at temperature T naught. So actually we are getting certain amount of the work from it also, because the system is interacting with this particular reservoir. Okay, so we will be getting this W, which is the reversible work. Okay, so delta Qr is the heat received by the system. So this heat is delta Qr. Sorry, this is delta Qr. Okay, this is delta Qr. This is the heat received by the system. So for a steady flow process, now what is maximum useful work? See, in case of open system, maximum useful work and the maximum work, they are the same actually. So once it is same, what we can do is, this was the expression earlier, H1 minus T naught S. And what is this term was known as? This was known as B1, and this was known as B2. Okay, Keenan function plus kinetic energy term plus potential energy term. Okay, and this term, this additional work comes into picture because the system is exchanging heat with the thermal reservoir in addition to atmosphere. So this term comes into picture. Okay, so what is this xi1 minus xi2, and what is xi? Xi is nothing but this whole quantity. This whole quantity is known as xi. So xi1 minus xi2 plus qr 1 minus t naught over tr. So this term gets added to the system. This is nothing but the reversible work which we get from a reversible heat engine when it is operating between Tr and the atmospheric temperature, reservoir temperature Tr and the atmosphere at temperature E naught. Okay. Now when we talk about the closed system, uh, useful work. Okay. Now useful work is given by W maximum minus V naught V2 minus V1. This term is work done against the atmosphere. And now we are also talking about a interaction of the closed system with the reservoir at temperature Tr. So this much amount of work will be added in this particular case. And what was the value of this W max earlier? I have just shown you it was equal to E1 minus E2 plus P naught V1 minus V2 minus T naught S1 minus S2 plus QR 1 minus T naught over TR. Just wait for a second. I have a call. Hello. Okay. So you can see now what we are writing is it is kinetic energy and potential energy. If we are neglecting the changes in kinetic and potential energy, and we are talking now about a steady flow process, which was written on the last slide actually. See this slide. So if we neglect kinetic energy term and potential energy term, what will go? This term will go, this term will go, and we will be left with B1 minus B2 plus QR into 1 minus T naught over TR. So you can see it here. This is H1 minus H2 T naught S1 minus S2 plus QR into 1 minus T naught over TR. And this is nothing but B1 minus B2 plus QR into 1 minus T naught over TR. And similarly, this is the equation when we have neglected the kinetic and potential energy terms. So this was earlier E1 minus E2. Okay. So when we neglect kinetic and potential energy changes, then E becomes U actually. Other terms you can see they are same actually. There is no change in them. So I hope this is clear to you. Any questions? Any questions? No. If there is no question, I will proceed further. Yes. Okay. So now let us talk about the dead state. See, when we talk about the dead state, that means we are going to talk about the availability part. Okay. So let us read it here. If the state of a system departs from the surroundings, the first line, an opportunity exists for producing work. So what is shown here? This is the state point 1. And where is the dead state? Dead state always is at point O, and O represent this is the pressure P naught, and this isotherm is at temperature T naught. So this is a single state. Dead state is a single state where the temperature and pressure of the atmosphere are plotted actually. So this is a single state. If our state, that means if the state of the system is different from O or 0, okay, then we have the potential to do work with the help of some type of system actually, and that work or that maximum work, maximum useful work is known as the availability. So you can see it here. This is written as availability. Now, availability is a very simple term. Now, what is the meaning of availability? You can actually break availability in two parts. One is avail and the second is ability. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to avail the ability actually. All of you have the ability to score the highest marks. So you have to avail that. If you can do that to the maximum potential, means if the examination is of 100 marks and you get 100 marks, that means your efficiency is 100%. So that becomes availability actually. You have the ability, but you are not using yourself to the maximum extent actually. Okay, so now let us see what is written here. However, as the system changes its state towards that of surroundings, this opportunity diminishes and it ceases to exist when the two are in equilibrium with each other. मतलब जब सिस्टम और सराउंडिंग इक्विलिब्रियम में आ जाएंगे तो जो अपॉर्चुनिटी हमें मिलती है वो खत्म हो जाएगी. When the system is in equilibrium with the surroundings, it must be in pressure and temperature equilibrium with the surroundings, that is at P naught and T naught. पहले सिस्टम का प्रेशर और टेम्परेचर कितना है? पहले सिस्टम का प्रेशर और टेम्परेचर P1 और T1 है, और जब सिस्टम सराउंडिंग के साथ इक्विलिब्रियम में आ जाएगा तो उसका प्रेशर P नॉट हो जाएगा और टेम्परेचर भी T नॉट हो जाएगा. और इसका मतलब ये है कि इसमें हम कुछ ना कुछ इससे वर्क प्रोड्यूस कर सकते हैं with the help of some sort of arrangement. Okay, then it is said that it must also be in chemical equilibrium with the surroundings, that is there should not be any chemical reaction or mass transfer. This is simple. And one more thing, the system must have zero velocity and minimum potential energy. Okay, these are the other two requirements to get the maximum work output. That means initially if the system has certain velocity, that kinetic energy should also be converted to work. But actually if you will see, that kinetic energy part is already a high grade energy. Okay, so it is already available to us as a work actually, but the potential energy should be minimum actually. Okay, the state of the system is known as the dead state, which is designated by affixing subscript O to the properties. So I hope this is clear to you. If not, then you let me know. Tell me if you have any questions. Okay, if you don't have any questions, let me proceed further. Any change in the state of the system from the dead state is the measure of available work that can be extracted from it. वही बात है कि अगर मेरा सिस्टम पॉइंट नंबर 1 पे है और ये डेड स्टेट है, तो इसका मतलब मैं सिस्टम से कुछ ना कुछ वर्क एक्सट्रैक्ट कर सकता हूँ, या मैक्सिमम वर्क एक्सट्रैक्ट कर सकता हूँ, या मैक्सिमम यूजफुल वर्क एक्सट्रैक्ट कर सकता हूँ. किस चीज़ पे डिपेंड करेगा? ये डिपेंड करेगा कि सिस्टम ओपन है या क्लोज्ड है. और एक चीज़ आप ध्यान से देखो, ऐसा नहीं है कि पॉइंट 1 जो है अगर लोअर टेम्परेचर पे है और डेड स्टेट जो है हायर टेम्परेचर पे है तो उसमें वर्क नहीं मिलेगा, तब भी हमें अवेलेबल वर्क मिलता है. देख लो, यहाँ पे एक क्वेश्चन मैंने दिया था एग्जामिनेशन में और आपने कहा था सर नीचे से कैसे वर्क मिलेगा, अगर सिस्टम का टेम्परेचर नीचे है तो वर्क मिल रहा है. ओके, सो वर्क जरूर मिलेगा, चाहे जो सिस्टम का टेम्परेचर है वो सराउंडिंग से ज़्यादा हो या सराउंडिंग से कम हो, दोनों केसेस में हमें वर्क मिलेगा. Now let us talk about availability. You just read this for 2 minutes. I will join you back once again.